Thank you, everybody, for joining us on today's webinar. It is Academy Prêt presents Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. And I'm thrilled to present to you an exciting program, learning about the AIM program. Without further delay, let me introduce to you CEO of AIM, Mr. Chris Milan.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time. My name is Chris Milan. I'm the COO of the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. In short, we like to call ourselves AIM. It's a bit easier than to say than AIHM. And then we can play with the word AIM because our students always aim higher. And we are in academic association with Les Roches. Les Roches is the 4th best hotel school in the world, and we're running their curriculum here in Switzerland. So we have about 45 minutes of webinar to present to you AIM. But before we do that, we'll talk slightly about why career in hospitality is a good choice. We also have a little campus tour to show you around so you realize who we are and what we do. And we'll also have some students to share their experiences. And at the end, we'll have about 10 minutes Q&A for you to better understand what we are and what we do. So let's get started. So I'm going to share my slides. And then we can see here the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. So what you see right now in the picture is the Riverside complex. There are 2 5-star hotels. In the front you have the Anantara Riverside Hotel and the tower Ani Plus. The campus is located on the 9th floor of the tower, and we directly integrated into the hotel. And in the back we have a shopping center. So all together, this is where AIM is located in the Chao Phraya River, about 10-15 minutes to really downtown Bangkok. So before we get started about AIM ourselves, I would like to tell you a bit more about what it means to be in hospitality, or what types of career you could be considering if you would be working in hospitality. So first of all, the very first choice for you is to actually working in a hotel. So what is very important to understand is that the Institute delivers a Bachelor in Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management. So the key words are business and management, hospitality of part. So it's about running a hotel. So what does it mean to run a hotel? It means welcoming guests, working in the front office, running the rooms, selling the rooms, taking care of the guest experience, working in F&B, in the restaurants, working together with the chef, to create really interesting concepts. Today, when we talk about hospitality as well, wellness is a very, very important factor. A lot of guests travel around the world to go to spas, medical spas. So running a spa like that, it's also a very important part of hospitality. There's a picture of a butler as well that you can see on the slide. The picture of the butler shows that it's a big part of hospitality, taking care of very wealthy families, and actually working for this family, running the household can also be a very, very interesting job, and also very well remunerated. And finally, on that picture, I also put a calculator. Why calculator? Because accounting, finance is also very important. And what I always like to say is that the day you know how to run a hotel, you can really run any business. So that's the management, the operation side of things. So now let's talk about marketing. I'm pretty sure that all of you love your phone, you love your WhatsApp, you love your Snapchat, you love your TikTok, right? And the reels that go in it. So that's also an important part of marketing. Be able to promote and talk all the story about your hotel, whether it's on reels, on shorts, on story, on the blog. So all doing the marketing and sales of your hotel, of your business, it's an important part. And this is also what a lot of industries are looking for, young people like you to learn sales and marketing. And all part of our curriculum, from the very, very beginning, all through the 5 semesters of academia, we all teach you about marketing from the very beginning to the very end to be able to create a very strong marketing plan for your business. Another important part of hospitality that people tend to forget is events management. So event management can be small event, like a little meeting between a company. It can be a wedding, depending on the size of the invitees coming. It can go from maybe 50 guests to, if you go to India, 500 guests. It depends on the size of the event, and that typically this is organized by hospitality graduates. Events might also mean working in a trade fair, organizing big events like that. An sports event, like for example the World Cup. Some students from Les Roches, for instance, actually worked with FIFA to organize, and Qatar, to organize the overall experience of the VIP guests when they were going to the stadium, leaving the stadium, and so on. And then typically, the events management industry loves hospitality graduate because they really understand the whole and an entire journey of the guest. Another important aspect of hospitality graduates is that they actually do not need to work into hospitality. They can actually go into a lot of different fields. They can work, for example, in technology companies. Some graduates work, for example, for Apple in the Apple Store to create the guest experience. Some people go sometimes to work in banks, insurances, because hospitality graduates have the one important skill that a lot of people are looking for, which is customer service. In hospitality, we learn all about presenting yourself, all about greeting guests, taking care of guests, talking to guests, and that typically is a skill that in other business schools you don't learn. But here, it's already entire part of the curriculum, and this is type of what we call a transversal skill that is very important for any industry, is taking care of your customers. And finally, I have from friends, for instance, who like to work for luxury brands as well, like Louis Vuitton. Again, the shop, when you think about those luxury brands, it's all about the guest experience, the customer experience. So it's also important. And then finally, if you are working in hospitality, you can also start your own business because you learn all the different aspects of working in a restaurant or in a hotel. Means you can start to work to create your own restaurants, or Airbnb, maybe work for your parents who already have an hotel or wants to open something. So going to this graduation will give you really all the tools that you can use to actually start working on your own. So that was a little view in terms of careers that you could do. When I'm coming to Korea, I'd like to even tell you more about all the different types of experiences that you can have and share even more in details. So if you allow me, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. So as you can see on the flag, it's the reception, it's the flag that I have here on the side between the integration of Thailand and Switzerland, and it's all about for us to bring Swiss educational excellence to Asia. So we're running a Swiss curriculum with our academic partner Les Roches to run the same curriculum here in Bangkok. We are still our own school. We are an accredited university here in Thailand from the Thai government, but we are running a program at 95% similar or identical to the one in Switzerland. So we bring European quality education here in Asia, not only for Thailand, but our goal is really to attract students from all across Southeast and even biggest Asia. Our vision for everyone is to become the #1 hospitality management school for anybody who wants to study hospitality. So these are the 5 reasons why we believe that AIM is a fantastic choice for you and why our students should come and study hospitality management. I'm going to go now and through those 5 different steps and explain to you in detail about each one. So the #1 aspect for us is the prestige of a Swiss education. So again, when you think about hospitality management, a lot of people think Switzerland. Switzerland would be the #1 choice for a lot of people to study hospitality. Challenge is, Switzerland is expensive, Switzerland is quite far away. So we've partnered with Les Roches, which is one of the best schools in the world, in order to run the degree here. Les Roches is the 4th best hotel school in the world. The first 4 are in Switzerland. It is a traditional hospitality management school in the mountains of Switzerland. They also have a campus in Spain. And then the overall approach for us is that if you graduate with us, you actually have the opportunity to transfer to Switzerland and to finish your degree in Switzerland with a BBA directly from Les Roches. So this is, thanks to our close integration with them, you would study the first 5 semesters here in Bangkok, and then after your second internship, go to Switzerland and finish with a degree the BBA degree from Les Roches, like a student. So there will be no difference from you, from a Les Roches graduate for the entire program, or you doing this particular part. Another advantage of our academic association, it means that all our lecturers are also certified by Les Roches. We make sure that the quality of what we deliver here in Bangkok is at least as good as Switzerland. And some people would even argue maybe we are even, in some places, even better than them. And then I already mentioned about Les Roches certified curriculum, which means that we are running, especially for the first 5 semesters, at 95% exactly the same as they do. So you get the same experience, prepared with the same amount of knowledge and skills. So when you go to Switzerland, you're not behind. You're actually at the same level as their students over there. Now, the second reasons why we strongly believe that AIM is a great choice is that we offer an international quality education close to home. From South Korea, from Seoul, Busan, to Thailand. Actually, I didn't check the time, but I think it would be about 4 to 5 hours, so not too far away, much closer if you want to fly all the way to Europe. And of course, one of the interesting aspects of coming to Thailand is very affordable. So coming to study in Thailand compared to Switzerland, cost of living, cost of accommodation, cost of tuition is much more affordable than if you were to go to Europe. So we are really in the central of Asia, so we enjoy all the benefits of being an international students, but coming here to Asia. And we have at the moment about 50% of our students who actually come from Thailand, and we have about 10% students from Myanmar, and then all across Asia, really. We have students from the Maldives, from Central Asia, like Kazakhstan. We have students from India. We have students from Malaysia. We have students even from Russia, students from Germany, France. So quite an international body of students. At the moment, we don't have students from South Korea yet, so we would love to welcome you here in Bangkok. So moving ahead to the reasons why we are a great choice is career options. So it's important for you to know that AIM belongs to the Minor Hotel Group. The Minor Hotel Group is the 10th biggest hotel chain in the world, with hotels across Asia, Europe, Middle East, Maldives, South America. It is a Thai company based here in Bangkok. And thanks to our very close integration with the Minor Group, we can offer to the graduate what we call a solid career path. Students who are graduating from us will have a preferred employment status, meaning that when they're graduating from here, they actually will be able, to get a choice career directly within Minor. So Minor, as I showed before, Minor Hotels, the 10th biggest hotel company in the world, with 550 hotels at the moment open worldwide. And we are looking at expanding the group up to 700 hotels worldwide, which means, again, if you think about it, 700 hotels means we need 700 hotel general managers and resort managers and hotel managers. So the group needs a lot of talent. And this is really one of the reasons why the company actually invested in this institute, to make sure to prepare the next generation of general managers and to be successful coming from Asia and not having to bring people on from Europe and other places. So, international, hospitality, career. Now, this is different types of examples of hotels that belong to the Minor Group. So we have, for example, the Anantara, which is our 5-star luxury brand, with hotels, again, across Asia, opened in Europe recently as well. We have hotels in Nice, in Rotterdam, in Italy, in front of the train. Beautiful locations, very 5-star, luxury, traditional. We have Avani. Avani is more kind of an urban lifestyle, more young, more alive type of hotels. NH is more the first-class type of hotels worldwide. It's the biggest chain in the world, biggest chain in the group that is located worldwide, and very kind of overall interesting aspect. Then we have other brands like Now, which are more NH Now, which is focusing more on brands that are more kind of modern type of experiences that we offer. And then others like Elewana in East Africa, and then other places, locations. So you can see a lot of different places where you could actually graduate and be working on. Again, Hospitality, one of the great advantages of studying in hospitality is that your passport is not as important in other career because we are looking for international students, for international people who are ready to travel and discover the world. Now, thinking about Minor, being founded by Minor Hotels, I see 4 big advantages as well for us and for students, of course, is that number one, when you will see the video in our little tour, as we are directly integrated into the hotel, we can actually use the hotel integration directly for our students to get the experience in a real hotel. Internships, I'll show you about internship opportunities as well. Thanks for integration to Minor, it's quite easy for us to help you find the internship of your dream in the all destination than just being in Thailand. Finally, we talked about the preferred employment status already. And the other aspect is, thanks to being integrated, very often we have experts from the hotels who actually come to do special guest speakers and to speak directly to our students. So our students are actually getting the real hotel experience from the practice. They will listen from our lecturers, listen to the theory, but the practice directly from the managers who do it every day. So this is also one of the reasons why it really prepares you to work directly into a hotel. So let me go now to the 4th reasons why we believe that we are a great choice for students, which is what we call our dynamic learning style. Our objective is to offer an experience that is all focused on your learning. It is not an experience where you would have a lecturer who would speak in front of students and speak non-stop for 2 hours. What we want is our students learn, grow, gain skills, and also have fun while they learn. So that's where we want to focus on that aspect of learning style. So in our school, you will never sit in a class where the teacher would speak to you for an hour. It's not allowed. All right? So what we always say to our teachers is that when you teach, you need to integrate activities within your classroom, activities that allow students to actually learn. It can be a role play, can be a debate, can be an exercise, can be a discussion, can be a case study, can be a simulation. Sometimes we use technology, sometimes we don't use technology, but we use different tools and systems to make sure that you learn and that you have fun while learning. And then we're also preparing more and more into becoming a digital campus, integrating tools like AI into your learning or allowing you to use AI, but not doing the assignment for you. Again, things we have to think about, but we really want to prepare you for the class of tomorrow. And point number 1, as you can see here on the slide, our classes are quite small. We have a ratio of maximum 30 students per classroom. If we have more than that, we break down into 2 different groups. So we make sure that you have a direct integration with your teacher every day, that you can speak to them, that they are here to help coach you, to make sure that you're successful within your studies. And as it's difficult to see from a webinar what we have, I just prepared here a couple of pictures where you can see what is happening in our campus. So you can see students learning the practical arts in the picture right above here, doing it directly into the restaurant of the hotel. We see students in the kitchen in the first semester, that's what you'll be doing. After that, you'll go into theory because it's a management school. And then on that picture here on the side, the second one, you can see the students actually working with their computers, working in groups, working with the deans. So again, showing you the very close kind of integration that we offer to our students. Now I'm going to move to our next and last, what we call reasons why you should choose us, is the cosmopolitan community. So here, this is a picture that was taken as the students were walking down the corridors, and we have students from different nationality. One student from Thailand, one student from Russia, students from Myanmar, students from Cambodia, going on. One key rule of what we say to our students is on the 9th floor, that's where the campus is located, we speak English, because the entire courses is delivered in English. The teachers speak in English, even if they're Thai or from the local language, because we really want to encourage you to go and be very confident in the language of business, because that's also what's going to make your career a success. So we focus on English as a language of practice, of study, you read, you watch, you write in English, and also practice amongst yourself. And another reasons why we strongly believe that Bangkok is a great place to study is because it's very cosmopolitan. Bangkok is the second biggest destination for travel and tourism. Bangkok is full of hotels, 5-star, fantastic restaurants, great places to study, great place to go party. There's a lot of things happening. So it's an excellent background to actually learn, to a common place to study as well. And finally, thanks to so many hotels, so many networking opportunities, it's also a great opportunity for you to network, know people that can help you to start the next steps of your career. All right. So I finished my first part of my presentation, and so what I would like to propose is maybe to show the video from your side, and then after that we'll come back, and then after this little tour, we'll talk to our students so they can get their experience live, and then I'll talk about the program.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Chris, for that wonderful presentation. Now we have a special treat. We have a few videos that we can watch to really get an experience of AIM.
So let's start this tour with the reception. This is the first place that anybody would see when they come to visit the campus. But it's more than just a reception. It's also a place for students to relax, to learn, to study, to work together on different projects. We also use this place as an event place, where students would actually organize events for them together, for the students' committee, but also they would organize events for outside guests, like real hoteliers. And finally, this place is also used as a classroom. As you can see in the corner over there, we have a bar where students can learn mixology as well as bartending. Let's continue the tour. The mission of this institute is to train the next generation of hotel managers in the hospitality industry all over Asia. In order to do that, we combine Switzerland and Thailand. Thailand for the warmth of hospitality, and Switzerland for the academic quality and rigor. Now, to remind this to all that work in this campus and students and teachers, is we've created these special posters. These posters are all about showing a strong element about Thailand or Switzerland. One is not better than the other, but they're really next to each other. For instance, one of my favorites is this one. I come from Switzerland, where punctuality is so important. And in order to demonstrate that, we have a poster telling students about the importance to coming not just on time, but coming always before time to show that you're ready. Now let's go to our learning lab, which is one of my favorite classrooms. So right now, at the moment, we have a class of digital marketing that is happening in the learning lab. Why I learned the learning lab is because it's a name. It's not a classroom. It's a lab where students learn. At AIM, we strongly believe in active learning, where students are working on activities. They're not just listening passively to the lecturer. So in this classroom, for instance, the lecturer here has prepared some different types of activities. Students are using the screen, using the TVs, the table that can be modified to make sure that they fully engage in the learning and have fun while doing so. Now let's go to the amphitheater. We'll be looking at our biggest classroom. So welcome to our amphitheater. Our amphitheater is the biggest classroom that we have, about 60 students who can be in the room. So we use it as a traditional classroom. We see our students learning very attentively about the academic research course, but we also use this space when we invite special guests, like Hotel GM, for instance, to present the real world to our students. We also have some other guest speakers. We will be talking about collaboration, careers, career planning, and so many more topics. Right, let's continue the tour. Welcome here to the Avani Plus Bangkok Riverside. This is still the continuation of the tour. We are here right now on the 11th floor, 2 floors above the reception of the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. This is where actually students can work and do their practice directly to the hotels in the very first semesters of their studies. with the only hotel school in the world to be directly integrated into a real hotel. So for instance, here we have the long bar. When students are learning their practical in the mixology, they might end up a few days working in the bar, serving real guests supervised by the real practitioners. And doing the real thing is actually one of the best type of learning that you can do. So let's look now at the other type of facilities where students will be learning when they do their culinary training. So this is actually a classroom as well. You might say, looks a little bit like a restaurant. Yes, it is. It is the Sky Lounge. It is a restaurant of the Avani Plus, where actually we use it as a classroom when there are no guests. And then also when we have customers or guests in the restaurant, students are actually serving them. Again, only in the very first semester of practical arts, when they need to learn the skills of working in a hotel to really understand what it means working in a hotel. In the back over there, we also have a kitchen. And in the kitchen, when the students are doing their 3 weeks of culinary arts, they'll also be working directly there, again, supervised and supported by the hotel practitioners. All right, thank you very much. Let's go back on campus. All right, and now we are back. That was a little tour. So in order to speak a little bit more about the programs, let me tell you a little bit more about the programs, and in order to do so, and then to talk about the experiences, I've invited 2 students here to talk to us about the experience. So please, we are welcoming on my next to me, Soft and Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. Fantastic. So I have 3 questions for you. So question number 1 is, and I will start with you, Soft. Why did you decide to study hospitality?
For me, I chose to study hospitality because I love to talk to people, to help people and to service people. That's become one of my passions. And to study hospitality management can combine me to 2 of my favorite things. First is my passion to work with people, and the second is I'm interested in studying business management. Yeah, so that's making the perfect fit for my dream career path.
And Thailand is also quite a good place and a good industry for hospitality and tourism, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, fantastic. And you, Andrew?
Thank you, Chris. Well, for me, mainly is my family. When I grew up in this industry, when I was young, seeing my family work in this industry, have sparked the interest. The interest have turned to be a passion for me to follow that footstep and join this industry. And secondly would be to travel around the world, gaining an experience in this diverse industry as well.
Okay, where do you want to go?
For me, Switzerland.
Okay. And you, where do you want to go? Stay in Thailand, or do you want to travel a little bit?
I will stay in Thailand.
Stay in Thailand?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So then my second question would be, why did you decide to study at AIM? So I will start with Andrew, as he's the oldest student.
Thank you, Chris. So mainly for me is the academic program curriculum, because at AIM here they provide the practical arts curriculum and also the academics and also the business course as well. So you get a full in-depth of hotel industry, how they work in back of the house and front of the house, but also knowing the business side of the hotel as well. And secondly is also providing an internship experience, which then can go globally as well.
Right. So internships and also you sort of the integration between business and hospitality together. That's what you're approaching.
Okay.
Fantastic. What about you, Soft?
Yes, and as I'm interested to study in hospitality management, my number 1 is to go to Switzerland, but as I live in Thailand and I want to live with my family, so it's better as in providing the Switzerland education, hospitality management here in middle of Southeast Asia in Bangkok, Thailand. So it's better for me to study here. And moreover, AIM has founded my minor, which is give me the good opportunity in future for my career path.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. So now Andrew is in semester 7, so he's about to graduate. He's preparing for his final exams and final presentation, so I guess you're working very hard for that. And then he will be leaving AIM as one of our first graduates. Andrew is also our student president. He's been here for now, doing that for a year, looking at the students, student experiences, and you've been doing a really great job, Andrew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell our audience a little bit more about how's been your experience so far here at AIM?
Yes, thank you. So one of the experience that I gained from last semester is I take on one course. This is called the Integrated Hospitality Project. which is a project that our course that we study here at AIM, and mainly we get to work alongside a real hotel industry, or for example, my case was the Anantara Siam. And for me, what I gained from that was working alongside a real hotel. Secondly, is enhancing my communication, and also, I would say, enhancing my critical thinking as well. And lastly, is working with my team, or building my teamwork skill.
Critical thinking.
Yes.
What is that?
So mainly is analyzing the issue, or example, analyzing the sorry.
Sure.
So my sense mean that when you analyze something and you criticize that, is it true or not?
Very important, right? Critical skills, problem-solving skills. Again, we are really looking at teaching to the same level as in Europe, and typically what we are looking for managers is managers who can solve problems. And you can only solve problems if you think critically. So that's something we've been really pushing our students to always think critically, solve problems, be confident about your solution, be confident to speak it, so on. Fantastic. So let's start. You were in semester 3.
Yes.
Semester 3 means you've been doing 1 semester practical arts,
Yes.
then you went on an internship, and now you're back here in semester 3. So tell us, what was your experience so far?
Yes. So my first semester, which is practical arts course, and allow us and introduce us in the hospitality industry. Yes, and we can explore in every department in hotels. As he mentioned that our campus is located on 9th floor of Avani campus, but actually our campus is right everywhere in the hotel, even the Anantara Riverside hotels and our Riverside hotels. So during the course, we actually get to study with the real chef or real hoteliers who have experience for many years in the hotels. Yes, and that has prepared us for the next semester, which is second semester for internship. So we get to know every department, and we can choose which department that we want to experience more in the future, or we are looking for in the future, and we can develop from what we learn in the real industry.
Okay.
Yes.
So how ready were you when you went into the industry for your internship?
I would say 80%.
80%?
Yes.
All right.
It's more of the guest experience that I need to learn more and adapt more to the hotels. Yes.
So that's really one of the feedback we get a lot from people in the industry when our students are going to work, is that they love how work ready our students are, how curious our students are, how good with English our students are, and how courageous they are as well to speak to guests, and how willing they are to actually do real work. I don't know about career that much, but in talent, typically, when you see an intern, very often the intern is only here to observe. It's not the case at all here with us. Our students are really getting there to actually do work and learning directly from their experiences. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to speak to our audience in Korea. I will continue now the presentation to talk a little bit more about the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So if you could show the slides back, please. And let's start the program. All right. So again, the programs that we have, one of the key programs that we have is the BBA, the Bachelor in Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management. Now, part of that BBA, we also have 2 programs. We have 2 certificates programs, which are shorter version of the BBA. I'll come to them and explain them a little bit more in detail. Then we also have a foundation program called the English for Business and Academic Studies. And then if you are coming to Bangkok and you're interested for us to know more, we also have executive education training more for adult learning and future executives. But let's talk about the BBA first, as I imagine is the most important. So we offer a BBA in Global Hospitality Management for 3.5 years. It's a semester program with 2 intakes per year, 1 intake in April and 1 intake in September. As you can see from this infographic, we always start with practical arts, because in the spirit of Swiss hospitality schools, in order to become a future GM, you need to know and you need to understand very clearly anything about the practical arts. You need to know what the chef is doing. You need to do what your waiters are doing. You need to know what your bartender is doing. You need to know how to housekeeper is doing. You need to know how to make a bed. Because it's only when you know the actual experience that you'll be able to lead the person directly in the industry. And that's the reason why, for 18 weeks, You work in the different hotels and you learn the practical arts. You rotate 3 weeks in the front office, 2 weeks in the housekeeping, 2 weeks in the restaurants, 2 weeks in the kitchen, and really apply directly your learning. Then this continues in semester 2 with the internship, where you can decide which aspect you like the best. Would you like to work at the front desk? Would you like to work in F&B and serve people? Would you like to work in restaurants? Do you want to be a bartender? We have some students working in bars as mixologists, for instance. Or do you maybe want to work in the kitchen? We're not a culinary school, but some students really enjoy that. And then you choose, and for a period of 18 weeks in a hotel, whether in Thailand or abroad, you actually get to work in a 5-star hotel. Then you come back for semester 3 and 4, which are the business side of hospitality. So we have your accounting, your marketing, your HR, your finance, and so on. And also some courses more related to hospitality, such as revenue management, very important, F&B management, rooms division management, so learning the management side of hospitality. And then you do your second internship. And the second internship is what we call the management internship. Means this is where you actually either work back of the house, before I told you about marketing, so you could do that, HR, accounting, or front of the house. Then we work together with the GMs of the hotel to give you a project and to put in practice real management skills, such as leadership, time planning, collaboration, and so on. And then you come to the last year, again, the choice to either go to Switzerland or to Spain to go to Les Roches campus and finish your degree over there, or stay with us and finish with us, when then it's much more independent studies, where we develop that critical thinking aspect of the program. So this is the entire BBA program, 3.5 years, 7 semesters. And then I just wanted to show you a picture of our students on internship and the locations where you could do your internship. So we have students who go to the Maldives, so we have a lot of miners hotel over there, also to the Middle East, in Dubai, or next to Dubai is Abu Dhabi, thank you very much. This type of location where students can get an internship, or Phuket in Thailand, or Samui in Thailand, beautiful destination, 5-star hotels, experiences, and again, across different divisions of whatever interests you. It can be with minor group, or it can be completely independent as well. It's really up to the students. So if, in order to study with us, students need to have a 5.5 IELTS. This is the entry requirements to make sure that you can study in English and you can follow in English. In case the English is not up to that level yet, we have the English for Business and Academic Studies, which is a foundation program 18 weeks before we start the actual delivery of the BBA, which is all about developing your English, but most of it, its terms is your English spoken skill and your English confidence. Because what we see a lot with students in Asia is not so much the grammatical capability or just the reading capacity, but it's more the confidence to actually speak to somebody in a language that you will eventually be mastering. And that's what the focus of the EBAS program is. And then, if we have some people in this webinar that maybe already have a BBA, or maybe people who actually have been working in a few semesters, in a few years in a hotel, and then want to maybe work in hospitality or get that promotions or get an shorter types of education that can maybe bring you to the next level, we offer a certificate program. So we offer actually 2 certificate programs. One is the Certificate in International Hotel Administration, which is the first 3 semesters of the program. So it's 1 year in school plus 6-month internship. And then we have the Advanced Certificate, which is the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th semester. So no practical arts for the Advanced Certificate. So again, a possibility for you to come and study here for a shorter period of time and really upscale your competencies, your capabilities, and get to that promotion that you definitely deserve. All right, so if we're coming to the end of the webinar, let me just tell you about the entry requirements. So essentially, we just need you to finish your high school if you are wanting to do the BBA fresh. We accept students who are 17.5 years old. The reason being because we need you to be 18 years old if you want to come and work in Thailand. And most of the places you need to be 18 to work. And then whether you have an A-levels, whether you have an IB, whether you have a GED or a BTEC or whatever it might be, or even, of course, your national high school diploma, sorry, this is what we require. And the other entry requirements that we want is the 5.5 IELTS. We have different testing systems. If you want to do a Cambridge test or others, this would also work. But we just need to make sure that you're confident enough to speak, to listen, and to write in English. And then for an international students who will have a visa, but we have a team that is here to take to you entirely care of your visa, so you can come and study with us for the 2.5 years. And for international students, as we understand, it can sometimes be a little bit challenging to come to a new country and discover something completely new. So we have a welcome package where you would stay for a few nights here at the Avani for you to make sure that you can find the accommodation nearby. We have a lot of accommodation here by the river. And again, Thailand being a very affordable country, you can find great accommodation very close by to come to campus and study with us. All right, we're coming to the end. Let me just tell you a little bit more about us. So if you are interested to know more and you don't want to speak to a student, for example, I highly welcome you to scan this QR code, and this will bring you to a page on our website when you can actually chat to our student ambassadors. Both Soft and Andrew are student ambassadors, which means that you can chat directly to them from your phone to their phones, and you can ask any questions that you like. But apologies, you cannot ask for Soft's personal phone number. But otherwise, you can ask any question. Is it true everything that we said? And what's really anything you'd like, hear it directly from the students. And if you want to know a little bit more about us and see kind of back the students' experience and so on, I encourage you to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. If you want your parents to know more about us, Facebook is a great place for that. We have some videos as well, interviews and things that we're doing on YouTube and TikTok. So all the different channels, please follow us and get to know more about us and the experience that we offer. All right. So before I sign off and we go to the Q&A, we just would like to talk to you about a wonderful opportunity that we have. So here next to me, Samantha has joined me, and she will be talking to us all about the Summer Junior Academy that we are running together with Academy Prêt.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you so much, Anne and the Academy Prêt team for welcoming us today. I'm very excited to connect with all of you to tell you more about the Business and Hospitality Summer Junior Academy that is taking place this June. Throughout our course, you will have an opportunity to learn about leadership and gain your confidence through a series of hands-on workshops, both at our Bangkok campus and in our surrounding hotels, part of the minor group. You'll also have an opportunity to embark on different hands-on activities, such as creating mocktails and cocktails and creating coffees, so that you're able to see if this is an area that sparks your passion and areas of interest as you explore the world of business and hospitality.
Okay, how long is this program, Samantha?
Just 5 days in Bangkok.
5 days. Okay, we're going to show you the slides so you can see the program of what is going on into the So we're just waiting for a few minutes. So 5 days program.
So it's a 5 days program that starts with a morning session, introducing you not only to the campus and orienting you to those that you'll be learning alongside, but also the world of hospitality management and business. We'll provide lunch on the first day, and in the afternoon we have hands-on workshops. We'll end every day with a reflection, because when leaders take time to reflect, they'll make better decisions and moving forward. On day 2, we take you through the CEO Confidence, Charm, and Professional Reflection Workshop, which will give you the ability to connect with not only peers in your industry, but also leaders who are very accomplished across industries. We have ways to develop you in terms of public speaking and communication, and if you're interested in a career in hospitality or other areas of business, we'll dive deep into creating a plan that you can follow even after the course has ended. One of the things I'm most excited about is being able to take you to our Anantara Siam hotel for a fireside chat with the general manager, followed by a visit to our global headquarters, where you'll have a chance to meet with our CEO. This is a great chance to ask any questions that you have about business to accelerate your career. With workshops meant to prepare you, you'll be walking away with a presentation that you can use and reflect upon when you're in your interviews with future companies, or when considering applications to your university of choice. At the end, you'll be able to present your what you have done confidently and take that with you as a memory of your time with us and a way to positively boost your CV and earning potential in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sam. Would you say this is a program only for people interested in hospitality?
No, definitely not. This is a program that is for those who are interested in business and are, yes, of course, interested in hospitality, but those who are interested in business, creating a network and a global brand, this is a great program for you to consider, as no matter what you learn in hospitality, it's applicable across industries, because every industry requires great customer service and an attunement to those communities that you're serving.
Because I see CEO confidence, charm, and professional reflection.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly?
So when we are leaders, we have an affinity and a way of connecting with people, and we want to share those skills and tips that you can use to feel confident no matter what situation you're in, and regardless of who you're communicating with and what level they hold in the organization.
Right. So that would be students in their last 2 years of high school?
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
So if you're not old enough yet, you can consider this in the future and put a bookmark in for our summer or winter junior academies hosted with Academy Prêt and AIM.
All right. Thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
So we just have one more slide to show you just in terms of the prices and the information, but everything going to be explained through Academy Prêt as well. So that leaves us to the end of our presentation. Now we are completely open to any questions you might have, or Anne, if you want to lead the drill, go ahead. We're all ears.
Thank you very much, Samantha. Wonderful to see you. Samantha, Chris, Andrew, students Andrew and Soft. It's amazing to see how eloquent everyone is, and I think that's what students will aspire to grow into in the future with AIM. So we have a few questions here.
Yes.
First one. Yes, first one from one of the viewers. Are all courses in English? Do we need to know or learn Thai?
No, not at all. That's a great question. You can always learn Thai if you want to. It's a lovely language to try to master and to communicate with people, but no, all the courses are delivered in English for the entire curriculum. But of course, living in Thailand, you will most probably pick up a few words here and there.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the internships can be anywhere around the world as well, but it will be mostly in English. Is that correct?
You want to answer about internships?
Yes, thank you so much. So depending on where the student wants to go, there'll be different language requirements. But many of the locations that Chris has mentioned, like in the Maldives and the UAE, it is required that you speak English. And if you come with an additional language, that's obviously a great benefit, but it's not required for most of the roles in the two countries that are mentioned, and Thailand as well. If you have an additional language, that's great. But if you don't, and you speak English fluently, that is enough to be able to be qualified to accept internships in these locations.
But there is something I want to say about Korean students who want to work in the industry. Korea is one of the very high demand countries for Korean tourists to visit. And more hotels actually are looking for Korean speakers to work in order to be able to talk to the guests. So typically, if you come to study in Thailand and work internship in Thailand, you will have so much choices of hotels that you can work for.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think for the Koreans who are on this webinar as well, so there will be a process where we will evaluate the IELTS English standards. And please don't worry if the IELTS or you don't feel as prepared to speak and to function in English, because I'm aware of the local Korean system is very different in how we learn English in Korea. Please don't worry about that. We have the English preparation course with AIM that will get you ready and really immersed, be able to speak and to listen and to communicate very well in English before the formal BBA AIM course starts as well.
But what I can also add in terms is we pride ourselves at AIM of really helping the students find that confidence level to communicate in English. We have a lot of Thai students, I think, are very similar to Korean in a way that they are a bit shy to make a mistake, do not want to communicate correctly. So we say we are a campus that we speak English. The reason is not because we're mean, but because we really want students to develop that self-confidence, to be able to communicate, even if they make a mistake, as long as they're being understood. That's the only thing that really matters. It's really our key focus. And we can see students who start with us who are, they're good, they can speak, but they're not super confident. When they reach to the end of the last semester, then they would speak like almost like a native, without the accent. But that's really the goal, in order to really push your confidence to speak. At the end of the day, what really makes a difference when you find an employer, when you're in front of a guest, is your confidence, your self-esteem. Not just the knowledge is good, but it's really the ability to communicate effectively. That's really what is important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's also one of the strong points about AIM's program, where you have the learning lab, it's all about communication, and then in the internships, you really get your feet wet on the ground in learning how to communicate with your peers and your colleagues and your clients as well.
Exactly.
I'll move on to the next question, which is about student life. Is there dormitories?
Is there, sorry, I missed the last word.
A dormitory. I believe this question is about living arrangements. There is no boarding house or a boarding facility, but I know that there are many affordable options near to AIM.
Yes, we have a list of accommodations that we recommend to our students that are within just a few kilometers of the campus, all ranging with different options depending on the student's preference and lifestyle, some with many amenities and opportunities for the students to enjoy the different facilities in the accommodation, and more basic options as well. And the same with food. I know a lot of our students have a love of different cuisines, and all are possible and available here on Tilinikon Road, where our campus is located.
So the students, we will help you, we will assist the students to find the accommodation in the first place. We have a list of accommodation provider nearby, and then the students go back. What we see as well is the students are helping each other. So again, you can go very luxury if you want, this is your lifestyle, or you can go find a nice apartment. Again, one of the big advantages of Bangkok is its affordability. And the same thing for the food.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a question for Chris and Samantha. What kind of qualities in a potential student are you looking for, keeping in mind that these students will be molded over the 3.5 years, but upon the first initial interview or when they apply, what are the key qualities that you're looking for?
So I will start. We both hoteliers. I graduated from a hotel school. I worked for a few years in hospitality. I've been working in hospitality education for a long time. And what we are looking at for students is not so much the academic prowess and the best grades necessarily, but for us is really, does someone have that hospitality touch? That passion, that enthusiasm to meet people, to communicate with people. Also someone who wants to give service, who is see your customers and see someone and want to help, want to assist, kind of make their lives. That's really, for me, the key characteristics of someone I'm looking to be successful in hospitality.
When I consider the students that have been most successful within our community, it's those who have an open mind, who are willing to learn and to ask great questions, and are willing to support the development of this growing community in their own way. We have many different leadership opportunities available for students. As Chris has mentioned, we have student ambassadors. We also have a great student committee that helps to shape and grow what we are doing here. So students who come with their own areas of interest and their own passions, they'll be warmly welcomed and celebrated in those areas and encouraged to bring that out in their studies.
Thank you so much. And here at Academy Prêt, we've been so pleased to partner with AIM because of the wonderful career opportunities and job opportunities that exist after the AIM program. And I think we saw that as such a strong point, especially for for those who have joined today coming from Korea and Myanmar. In Korea, where there are less job opportunities for graduates domestically, and then also with Myanmar because of the political situation, um, there have been less opportunities domestically. So I'd love for you if you could share a little bit more about what career planning support there is at AIM and how students can use this experience. During the presentation, Chris, you mentioned the priority placement into the minor group of companies, but we'd love to hear more about how strong that is so that graduates from AIM really have wonderful, strong career opportunities to seize the job immediately upon graduation.
I really think in terms of working in hospitality, if you're really motivated to work in hospitality, whether it's with Minor or with any other group, if you're eager to work in this industry, you will always find the time. And if you are also putting in the work and the passion for it, there's a lot of opportunities of career growth. The industry keeps on growing, more and more hotels are opening worldwide, more and more countries are putting a lot of investment into tourism and travel. There's a lot of people from India who are traveling, a lot of people from China who are traveling. So definitely the opportunities for travel and for career are definitely there. So I think that's one of the strongest reasons as well in terms of studying this industry. You will have your career opportunities and again, the chance to travel, because if we are looking at someone who is talented to work into a hotel, the passport that you carry doesn't matter as much as other industries.
Thank you very much. And Miss Samantha, I know you do a lot of work in career counseling and supporting the students during their 3.5 years at AIM.
Absolutely. So when students are looking at leaders that they admire, they can think, how could I possibly get there? Every leader has taken one step at a time to be where they are today, and we apply the same approach with our incoming students. We start by asking them to dream big. What's their big goal? If they know it, great, and if they don't, we'll help them find it. And along the way, as they test out what they think their dreams could be along the way, through their classes and their internships, they will gain a greater understanding of what actually makes them feel motivated to continue to pursue their dreams. And we'll be supporting them throughout the journey to build their professional network through platforms like LinkedIn, to research and find their own internship and full-time employment opportunities on platforms like Hosco, and to encourage them to not only do this on campus, but also by joining networking opportunities. Because when you graduate, you will have all the skills that you need to continue to elevate and upskill in these critical areas of professional development.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And let me address one last question from the audience. Please tell us about school fees. Thank you. Well, we have that information for you. We'd be happy to share a detailed breakdown of semester by semester plan and the school fees. We will follow that up with the full pack of information for all our attendees today.
Can I just mention kind of the big picture price? So overall, depending on the exchange rate, we charge approximately $40,000 tuition fee for the 3.5 years, which is, again, the advantage of being in Thailand, very affordable if you were to compare to UK, to the US, or if you wanted to go to a Swiss hotel school, definitely more affordable. So also one of the advantages. So high quality school, very affordable. What else do you want?
High quality, affordable, and an amazing blend of the East and the West.
Exactly.
I think that pretty much sums up AIM in 3 short bullet points. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us again. We've come up to an hour, so we will end here. But of course, if you have any questions about the program, about the BBA program, or about the Junior Academy for high school students, or just want to learn a little bit more, please let us know. Please get in touch. And finally, we will also have our roadshow in Korea coming up in June. So for all our Korean attendees, we look forward to seeing you in person June 13th in Seoul and June 15th in Busan.
So it will be my pleasure. I'll be coming all the way to Korea to meet you, and it'd be my pleasure if you even have questions about just a career in hospitality, what it means. Please, by all means, I'd love to speak to you directly.
We very much look forward to seeing you in person. And I believe, Chris, is it going to be your first trip to Korea?
Yes, indeed. Never been to Korea yet.
Well, I look forward to showing you the sights and the sounds and enthusiastic students in Korea.
Excellent. Looking forward to.
Wonderful. So thank you everybody again for joining us. And also, but before we end, also a shout out to our Burmese students who have joined us. I think due to travel restrictions, we may not be able to visit you in Myanmar just yet. But if you have any questions or you'd like to come over to visit AIM in Thailand,
They can, exactly. So
very
from
short way.
students from Myanmar have a visa, 2 weeks visa to come, tourist visa to come to Bangkok. So not a problem. If you want to come visit the campus, please let us know. We'll be happy to welcome you.
Yes. Well, we look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Sam, and everybody at AIM. And we'll see you again soon.
See you soon. Enjoy your evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.